Hi. Before we start with the back propagation, I just have a few points from one of my assessments and I'd like to share them. The first point is that every connection has different weight values. So the given weight of the first hidden layer, we cannot determine the weights of the second layer. And yeah, this is something that is usually asked to test a student's knowledge. So what happens is they will have a number of hidden layers. Okay, so suppose we have hidden layer 1 and hidden layer 2 and we have input and we have output. So what they will do, they will give you the weights, they will give you all the weights here. Okay, they will give you all the weights of the hidden layer 1 and they will ask what is the weight of this connection, and you will have almost 4 options with different values, and the fifth option will be written as you cannot predict, and the actual answer is that only you cannot predict, because every connection has different weight, and weight is not actually something that is dependent on some calculation, that is user defined. Even if you are given the weights of all the weights of the first hidden layer, you just cannot determine the weight of the second hidden layer. Second thing, also the number of neurons in the hidden layer is completely user defined. Okay, so you can not predict that as well. Okay, so if you are given a situation like you have number of neurons of hidden layer 1, you have number of neurons of hidden layer 2, and they are asking how many neurons will hidden layer 3 have, this is completely user defined, you just cannot predict that. Okay, another point is that non-linearity means that the graph is not linear. Okay, so these are certain terms which becomes quite confusing, so they will ask you which activation function is actually okay, I think it's written here. So hence inducing non-linearity means making graph non-linear, and not inducing non-linearity means making graph linear. So basically this is a certain kind of wordplay that the questions plays, and basically if we are talking about being non-linear, then we are talking about that the graph is not linear. Okay, as simple as that. So if a question is something like this, that which activation function induces non-linearity, okay, so you have to, and there you have number of options, then you have to select a activation function which do not have linearity. Okay, then we have another point as rectified linear unit. ReLU is the short term for that, by the way. A ReLU function do not induce non-linearity for input greater than 0. Okay, because as we can see, ReLU after input is greater than 0, it gives output as x only. Okay, so it does not induce non-linearity, which means not inducing non-linearity means that the graph will stay linear. Okay, so this is a wordplay that is being played right now. Another thing is that identity function always induce non-linearity. Oh, okay, sorry. Identity function never induce non-linearity, right? Another thing is that the activation function to use in the output layer of a house prediction model is ReLU. Okay, this is something you can keep in mind. And the last point is that deep learning automates the feature extraction process of the traditional machine learning algorithm, and this is something that we discussed in the first video of this section. Using deep learning, actually we automate the process of feature extraction and feature selection, which actually makes deep learning so efficient. Yeah, so this was about the points. This was a very quick video. In the next video we will discuss about the back propagation.